All right. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another MDM Real Talk. My name is Mackenzie.
Hey guys, I'm Darian.
What's up, y'all? It's Marissa.
All right. And we are back at it again. So for this episode, we will be talking about the Instagram girl versus the real girl, the girl that may or may not be the, I guess, famous or have those type of traits girl. Would anybody like to start?
I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on the Instagram versus reality type girl, and I feel like it started even like way before like Instagram, like before like social media just like blew up. But it was like more of like the video vixen versus the regular girl, the girl you'd see in like music videos or in photo shoots or um, on covers of like clothing ads or magazines. And now all these people are on social media, so it's just like blown up, in my opinion. Like it's more in your face, I feel like, now than ever. um, and I feel like it makes it harder for women who aren't like that, um, because that's what society just like thinks you have to look like, is this Instagram model, this Instagram
Right.
personality. If you have a normal, and air quotes there, normal Instagram, you know, it seems uninterested if you're not doing half the things that these other people are doing.
Right. And then also, I feel like even the Instagram model, that girl is essentially a normal girl. It's just that she's able to capture the perfect angles, post constantly. It's not like she is Angelina Jolie or something like that. She could literally be someone you go to school with, someone you saw at the coffee shop or something like that. She's has the same, not necessarily the same attributes, but just like she's not necessarily actually famous. She's just on Instagram more frequently than you.
Well, yeah, I mean that's also how this whole like influencer thing came around too. It's like now it's people's job to just post their lives on social and YouTube and everything. But even still, these people are only showing like a portion
Mm-hmm.
of their life. These people are choosing what they want to show you, um, and expose to you, and some are more real than others. Um, but I think it makes it harder to find the ones that are more real, because it's like everybody is doing it.
I
Yeah.
also think that like the whole video vixen thing, I agree with that, but I also think with video vixens, it was still like it's unrealistic. Like people still understood that, oh, that's a video vixen. Like I could never get her. Like, yeah, I might want a girl that looks like her, but I know that's not realistic. And I think social media made it really realistic for men to have the girls that look like the video vixens in the music videos and on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I feel like more women found ways to become that woman, and then it became easier. And now, like, people even use influencers in their music videos.
Mm-hmm. And it also, like I said, it also is just like, I feel like, which, I mean, I think it's also a testament to millennials and Gen X, Gen Z, whatever they're called, like how we are able to take, because a long time ago, not necessarily a long time ago, but before social media, the video vixen was just a girl who like would be in a video. Maybe she was a stripper, maybe not. But now it's like people, I don't need someone to film me. I can just use my own camera. I can use my own phone. I can do my own makeup. Like I don't have to be in a specific role where I'm always in a video, and that's kind of where my max is, you know what I'm saying? Like now Instagram, like you said, Marissa, Instagram people are essentially business people, because between brand deals and um and um and just kind of other products or clothes, like they're actually making money off their posts, as opposed to, well, I guess video vixens were making money off their videos, but still nonetheless, like,
I don't think it was as close as it is today though. Like it
right,
was like you might be in a couple of videos, get a little money here and there for that. But it's like now Instagram and sponsorships and YouTube, like that is the job. Like that is what they do. That's how they make their money. And they're making a lot of money off of that.
right. But
I actually disagree with that. I've watched a couple of documentaries about video vixens, and it wasn't like they were just getting a video here and a video there and like a little bit of money. Like the ones that were making money were like setting their own rates. Like, I'm only on this video. This is how much I want. I want to be flown out to here. Like, I honestly think it was the social media, like the influencer before the influencer that we know now, because they were on, magazines, they were on different TV shows, like they had little appearances. Like, yeah, you've always got the video vixens that literally is just the background dance girl, but we have those girls on Instagram that aren't that famous, but like, maybe they have a couple 100,000 followers or whatever. But the girls that are actually considered influencers now on Instagram, like millions of followers, really pretty pictures, whatever, I think they are the equivalent to the video vixens back in like the early 2000s, because those women were calling the shots. They were bringing a ton of money to music videos. They made the music videos, and the rappers knew that, the execs knew that, and those women knew that. I mean, they would like be in the club, your everyday girl, a rapper season, yo, you want to be in my music video? And then all of a sudden, the girls are calling the shots. And the guys will tell you that when you watch like the documentaries and stuff like that, they'll explain how, their clout goes way up because these women are in the music video. So then they get to make more money. You know what I mean? So I actually think it's very similar. It was just a different time, but they were definitely making buku money back then too, and calling the shots because they knew how valuable they were to the music industry as a whole.
But I think now the issue is, so when you have a man, like, because the Instagram girl is potentially more or easily obtainable, now it's like, if you aren't that, if you are just as pretty, maybe prettier, have an education, not saying Instagram people don't have education, but I'm saying like have an education, have a job, and just not on Instagram. It's like men are still wanting that girl over just a regular girl, just a normal girl. I'm gonna say Instagram's not normal, but just
Someone
I hate to say
like
the average girl, but the average
life. It's not like out. Their everyday life is not out there,
right?
This Instagram spotlight.
And just so y'all know, when we say men, we don't mean every single man on earth. We just say the majority of men, but we do understand that there are some men, how few and far between they may be, that do date, the everyday girl.
I mean, and it's hard both ways, because you'll see men posting or reposting like Instagram girls and like commenting on their stuff and all these heart eye emojis and stuff. And so you see that as someone that like, oh, that's what he wants. And I guess personally for me, it just makes it like dating harder, because it's like, well, I don't look like that. So how do I find someone that's gonna want someone that looks like me, like the average looking woman?
Right, but then also like she doesn't look like that. That's the other thing about it. Like, between the lighting, the makeup, the angles, like she also doesn't look like that. So it's like, who do you really want to be with? That's the real question.
True. How, like, I guess because we grew up with like social media as social media grew. So it was like Instagram started when I was in high school. I think I was probably a sophomore. You all might have been like a junior or senior. Um, so we've kind of like evolved as social media, I feel like has evolved. But like, how do you all feel like now with like Gen Z and the generation afterwards? Like, how do you think this Instagram versus reality is going to affect them? Because that's what they see now on Instagram. We know like
Mm-hmm.
what the difference is, but I feel like if no one's telling them there's another side to this, like,
It didn't used to always be like this.
yeah,
I
like I
agree.
don't
Like,
feel like that's
because I
being
mean,
communicated.
when we were growing up, it was like us, and then it was famous people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and you can throw in your models and everything like that. But ultimately, like, there was a line, you know, like
Mhm.
people who go to their regular jobs versus people who are like actresses, singers, dancers, whatever,
Right. People that were on the
entertainers.
cover of People magazine. Like there's a
Right.
distinct.
And there was like the distinct line. And then now, like I said before, like now it's like, I feel like as Instagram, or not Instagram, but just social media as a whole has blown up so much, it's like there is no line. Like I said, you could literally be in a classroom with someone who is just as Insta famous as, like, I don't know, Zoe Saldana or something like that. It's just, I don't know if worry is the word, but I think I honestly don't know, because obviously I don't hang out with like young kids, but like I don't know exactly how it affects them, because, and also like when it came to dating, like your pool of people was like everybody at my school, and if I had a friend or two at a different school, maybe everybody at their school. Now with Instagram, you can literally be crushing on somebody who lives in like Minnesota and like and literally have no intentions, no plans on either traveling there or like going there or whatever. But like they're still, other than the distance, they're still unobtainable because their Instagram is like 100K or whatever. And it's like, even though that person is an average person, just in high school, maybe a football player or whatever, like still unobtainable. So I think that probably really messes with people's minds, because all I had to worry about in high school was everybody in my vicinity versus everybody who may have been at the neighboring school or maybe another school. But further than that, like this was kind of like my pool. And then when I went to college, this was like my pool. But now it's like you can literally communicate or not communicate or fall in love with someone who like lives in India. I don't know.
I think
So
no, go ahead.
I actually like have done research and like I watch a lot of documentaries. I like documentaries. So I watch stuff about social media and how it affects the younger generations. And they do live in a warped reality, which is ultimately not reality. And suicide rates have skyrocketed. Like kids are more depressed than they ever have been. And it is scary though, because although like we're in our, mid to late 20s, sometimes struggle with this. I mean, and we still know that this is not reality, but sometimes it's still difficult to maneuver through this world that we're living in now, because there is so much fluff that we have to like push to the side to get to what the truth really is. But younger kids, the Gen Z, like, or Gen X, is that what it is? Gen X?
I thought it was Gen Z. I can't remember
Gen
anymore.
Z, whatever. The younger generation after us doesn't even know that there's fluff to be pushed to the side to get to the reality. Like we have trouble pushing through it, but they don't even know that it's like, okay, this is fluff. Let me get through this and get to reality. So I think I've even heard people saying there should be a minimum age that you have to be on social media. And I think that is like necessary, because kids are on it all the time. I mean, you have like people in elementary school that are on social media, and they don't even, your brain is not even developed enough to really understand what it is you're looking at, what it is you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not good, for sure. I'm interested to see what happens in the next 10 to 15 years with social media and just the kids that have grown up on social media, because I don't know.
I mean, they have a different level of just like famous people via social media. Like now with TikTok, there are just like people who have just like taken that and ran with it. It's like these people who are TikTok famous are now probably even more famous than people who've been on Instagram for years. Like
Mhm.
who've been doing YouTube for years just from like little super short 5 to 15 second videos of God knows what. And there was one kid I saw on TikTok during quarantine, and he literally just got famous doing TikToks, started getting sponsorships, and basically now supports his whole family, like just from TikTok. And he's younger than us. I think he's like a teenager. He's like high school. That's crazy to me. Because in high school, I just wanted a job at the
To
little
get out of
bank.
high school.
Like I just, I wanted a little pocket change. That's all I really wanted. No one was
Well,
thinking
and I,
about it. There wasn't anything like that back then.
and I will
But
say, that there is like, I would say that's one benefit to social media. Is that businesses do value that type of knowledge very highly. So so people who are fresh out of college, who are social media marketers, are making like six figures because this is still a very new element to marketing, and having people who understand, able to manipulate it, is still a very high value position. So I guess that is one good thing that came out of this whole social media wave.
oh yeah, no, social media is a full-time job. Like there's a lot that goes into posting for social media, whether that's like you're doing it on your own for your own business or doing it for a company, like the planning for it, what type of pictures, what type of resolution, hashtags, captions, like everything is like the algorithm. There's so much that goes into social media than besides when we first started with us and it was just like, I'm gonna post a picture just to show them my new kicks. Like I just hope that for our generation, when we have our kids, and some of them already have kids, but I hope that we relay that message of the difference and teach them the difference like we knew.
Yeah. We remember when.
And that's so crazy to say that we remember when. Like, makes me feel kind of old.
Definitely.
When I say, I remember when Instagram first started, and I was like, "What is this device?"
Everything
You
had
mean
a
to tell
filter.
me I post this and people, what is this?
Everything was looking artsy on Instagram when it was the
Yes.
little brown camera icon at
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Oh my God, everything. I've had so many of them artsy looking vintage filters.
I wasn't even on Instagram when it first came out. I was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, I'm not interested. And it was my friends that were like, you gotta get one. It's like so cool. I didn't get Instagram until I got to college.
And that's what's crazy. Like, I want to say, like, I had no idea what Instagram was, never even heard the word until I was coming back from summer break, going into my sophomore year, and I got on the plane, and one of my classmates was there, and he was talking about it on the plane the whole time, and he actually signed me up for it. And I was like, oh, still don't understand what this mechanism is, but cool.
And it wasn't about likes at first. Like, it was just like,
It was
obviously, like,
really
you wanted
really just
people
about
to
sharing
see it,
your
but
life.
it was just like I'm just gonna show y'all this, or like,
Yeah.
me and my friends went out. I'm just gonna show you that we went out. But then, because I think actually initially there wasn't even a like function.
It wasn't.
It was just literally you just posted.
You just posted.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy like, that it's evolved that way.
Right. Kind of like, granted, I've never been on Tumblr, but like I feel like it was kind of like that from what people have
Well,
told me.
Tumblr had
stuff.
likes too, but it's not about the likes. Like
Yeah,
Tumblr is
sharing.
Yeah, Tumblr is literally just about like I'm sharing this, and then people are like, oh, like I resonate with that, and then they're commenting, and it's like then they're resharing or whatever. But it was never.
It's really more about the repost with Tumblr.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, I forgot about Tumblr till just now.
But which one came first, Twitter or Instagram? It was Twitter? It was Twitter, right?
I don't know.
Honestly, I can't remember. Because I didn't really get active on Twitter until college, but I know I had one before college.
I feel like it was Twitter, just because like that one was one I just really couldn't understand. I was like, I don't need to text my thoughts. I'm good. And okay, I think that's
came out in 2006.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Twitter came out in 2006. When did Instagram?
I feel like Instagram had to be like 2011, 2012.
2010.
2010?
Yep. Yep. 2010. And then Snapchat came out the year after.
Hmm.
Wow. So how do you guys feel about a potential significant other following models and Instagram girls on Instagram?
Like, I want to say that would bother me, but it's like the same could be said the other way around. If there's like men influencers that I would follow, and if he would feel a certain way about that.
I think I don't think I have an issue with like famous people because I follow famous people. And I feel like unless, and even like, I wouldn't say all models, but like, I feel like a lot of those, so even like Instagram's like classed in different ways. So like you have your Instagram model, then you have your celebrity. So like the purpose of following me, the celebrity is to see their life. So they're like, their feed doesn't necessarily have to be cohesive. It doesn't have to necessarily be like brand wise or anything like that. You're following them just because you enjoy them, you enjoy what they do, you enjoy, like, you're a fan of theirs. And then like for your Instagram, I guess, influencer or whatever, like they post for brand stuff, and they post things that are like directed to their purpose or reason on Instagram. So I feel like depending on what that reason is, then that might irritate me. Like if you're following a female Instagram model and their like whole purpose or their whole feed is like naked picture, booty picture, yada yada, like then I'm like, I don't know. But then if you're like following them because maybe they're digital content creators and they like have like cool videos, or maybe like that girl's sponsoring some brand of like shaving cream that you love, I don't know, like then okay. But like I said, I think it had to be specific to whatever content that person is posting.
I think it's hard to, Marissa, to your point, to even compare it to the other way around, because like honestly, how many male influencers,
right, that's what I'm saying,
get any attention? You know what I mean? Like maybe white guys, but black guys, I feel like I don't know any black male influencers that like have a ton of clout that don't have a specific like skill. Like there's actors, like black actors that maybe acted on one show and they kind of capitalized off of it. But for black guys that literally came from nowhere that like we would be interested in following, I don't know who they would be.
Right, know? Unless they were like thirst traps, essentially. Like that's all their content is. It's just like thirst trap, thirst trap, thirst trap.
But even then, like I don't follow anybody like that.
Right.
Like I don't follow any guys like that. I think that even segues into kind of actually brings us back to the original topic of this, is that I think women have always had a realistic view on who they can have. And that might honestly be due to sometimes lack of confidence and lack of self-esteem within women, but also the fact that our egos tend not to be as huge as the male ego. But I don't think women ever have this like, oh, we expect, a Denzel Washington. I feel like it's, no, we love Denzel Washington. He's still fine today. He was fine 20 years ago, but I know that I'm probably not going to date a Denzel Washington. I still want a man that's fine. I still want a man that's attractive, that's got a sexy walk, blah, blah, blah. But like, I know I'm not going to get Denzel Washington though.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think that just makes me sad. Because I feel like for the amount of stuff that we go through, we should have an attitude where we're like, I am going to get a Denzel Washington. Watch it. Just watch.
Any other thoughts, opinions?
Mm-mm.
All hearts, minds, and clear. All hearts, minds clear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, we will be back with another one. Have a good day, you guys.
Enjoy your days, lovelies.